I'll start with a small prayer. ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः सुष्ठुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. So 2.39 today. A word of caution. It would be a bit more philosophical. So again, I would beg your patience with me and continuous listening. I'll try to break it down to simpler sentences. एषा ते भिहिता सांख्ये एषा ते भिहिता सांख्ये बुद्धिर्योगे त्विमां शृणु बुद्धिर्योगे त्विमां शृणु बुद्ध्या युक्तो यया पार्थ बुद्ध्या युक्तो यया पार्थ कर्मबन्धं प्रहस्यसि कर्मबन्धं प्रहास्यसि. Until now, Krishna was talking about self-recognition, self-realization, Atma Vichara, inquiring inside yourself, abiding by the self, abiding by the truth, by giving away all the untruth that we see, perceive, and enjoy. Now, Krishna himself saying, and I'm going to give you a different path, the path of selfless action. And this path is going to be the foreground. You know? It's a stepping stone through which you can wither away all the shackles of karma. Karma bandham prahasyasi. You can cast away all the bondages of karma, of the action. What is this path he is talking about? For understanding, we'll focus what he is talking about. He's talking about two different buddhi. As everybody know, buddhi is intelligence. But please do not take the superficial form of intelligence to be the buddhi that he is talking about. I'm gonna slowly uncover every concept. So just be patient. The two buddhis are called Sankhya Buddhi, Yoga Buddhi. There have been many commentators on the shloka saying that there are two methods, Jnana Yoga and Karma Yoga. But when you read Adi Shankaracharya, the greatest of all saints, commentating on the shloka, he is clearly elucidating there is about two methods. Karma Yoga being the stepping stone of Jnana Yoga. You try to play with the world, doing your actions, but with a detached attachment, and then slowly you move towards the alignment of the truth. No? That's what he says. Okay. Now, first we'll focus what is Sankhya Buddhi, what is Yoga Buddhi. There are six systems of philosophy, Indic philosophy. Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Yoga, Purvamimamsa, Taramimamsa. In which two prominent are Sankhya and Yoga. Yoga itself says that my basic tenets and principles are taken from Sankhya philosophy. Sankhya philosophy is propounded by a great sage called Kapila Vasudeva, Kapila Muni, in which he describes about 24 principles. We're not going to talk about Sankhya philosophy here. Don't bother about that. I'm not going to stuff in more information. But we have to understand Sankhya means knowledge. And what is real knowledge? Knowledge does not come with listening. Knowledge does not come by reading. Knowledge is always experiential. And what experiential knowledge are we talking about? Realizing what is true. If your buddhi, hridayeshu buddhistitaha, says Shastra. If in the center you have the supreme intelligence to bifurcate, this is untrue. This is not what I am. These are just roles played by me. And this is the truth. This is what I am. I'm beyond form and name. I'm beyond any explanation. When you could discern that, that is Sankhya Buddhi. Very few have the strong Sankhya Buddhi, like Ramana Maharshi. On that word of Arunachalam, his heart aligned to his center. He could realize the self at that very moment. He was stunned. He was stoned, I should say, by the word. And that acted as a magnetic force. Shiva, the Shiva energy acted like a magnet and drove him from Madurai to Arunachal, to the place where he still is. So when you can align yourself to your inner truth, the infinite being, withering away all these so-called egoistic proliferations, mind, intellect, indriyas, sense organs, your actions, outcomes of the actions, this is what we're going to do, these are the suggestions, these are the plans, all those things. When you could completely shake off all those things and stay in the center, that is Sankhya Buddhi. Samyak he avastitaha Sankhyaha. One who is well established in that space. There's a small, subtle space between Prakriti and Purusha, between the untrue world and the true you. There's a small, subtle space. When you could remain in the space, in that inner space, that is Sankhya. That is knowledge. That is purest form of knowledge. Krishna is very distinctively clear in his word. He's not talking about Sankhya philosophy and yoga philosophy. He's saying Buddhehe Sankhya Yoge. He's talking about Sankhya Buddhi, Yoga Buddhi. The intelligence that makes you align yourself all by yourself at the very moment of surrendering your ego to the divine. Surrender. Oh, Lalita, you're talking about many things. You're talking about mastering. You're talking about withering away. You're talking about shaking off. Now you're talking about surrendering. Believe me, all the processes have different names. They're all one. They're all one. When you shake away what is untrue in you, that is real surrender. Now, in the next shloka, he is saying, you do just very little, just one step. Some philosophers says the longest journey is but one step. That one step. So divine is waiting for our one step of surrendering ego, surrendering action, surrendering doership, surrendering enjoyership. And that in that space, 99 steps are from divine, and he engulfs the entire heart. He rules, he embraces. That is grace. In spiritual evolution, the beginning is because of grace. The power to invoke that we have to practice, the desire for practice is because of grace. You withstand all the difficulties and still you are in the practice because of grace. All the impediments, obstacles coming through are being overcome is because of grace. And then only with grace, you realize yourself. The grace is what acting all throughout. There's no you. There's no action at all. There's no action. So when you understand that and shake away, then happens the surrender. I don't know. I should not say it's a series of incidents. It should not be chronological. It is what it is. When you surrender, you know what is untrue, and you remove those untrue ingredients in you. That is Sankhya Buddhi. That is very difficult, right? Very, very difficult. Unless until we do some 108 Surya Namaskar and then lie down in Shavasana, there is no damn body. There's no damn mind. There's no damn ego is influencing. You just need those words of relax your toes. You just need that lying down. You just need that energy to work. You surrender everything. You know for sure that backache will be gone. Just that 10 minutes is needed. 10 minutes of being with the self, not involving or digressing yourself away. It's very difficult. Hence, the second thing, Yoga Buddhi, comes into picture. What is Yoga Buddhi? Yoga Buddhi is that fine resolve that I will surrender my ego. What does the ego say? 108 Surya Namaskar, my God. I have osteoarthritis because I am this body, right? That's egoistic expression. This potent expression of what this woman has gone crazy, 108 Surya Namaskar. Is it even practical? Is this even therapeutic? She doesn't even take care of people's body or mind. That's a second expression of the ego. So, to calm down, to pacify all these egoistic tendencies, find resolve, come what may. I'm going to finish this 75-minute session, however mentioned. That find resolve to surrender ego. Is this greater? Oh, you can say, because it is easy to apply. Otherwise, we don't surrender our ego. There would be questions, why to? In the coming shlokas, Krishna specifically, clearly elucidates that why to surrender ego. If you want to vanquish fear, sorrow from your life, the one and only means is to surrender ego. Why? Fear and sorrow are the same, two sides of the same coin. And fear is the basic potent expression of ego. See, I can do. Oh, perhaps I might fail. So when there is fear, there's always sorrow. Hmm. It is so evident that when you see an Indian form of god or goddess, you'll always see this mudra. It is called Abhaya mudra. It is also there in Yoga mudras. Abhaya means fear not, worry not. Why? Fearlessness is our nature. The real nature is fearlessness. Then what happened? The undue effort that we put to bring in ego, superimpose things in our own self, finding ourselves in the body or in the mental projection or in the name or in the asset that we have achieved, all those superimpositions that we have done over us has created this fear. If you want to live fearless, surrender. Because it fear is the mightier weapon of ego. No? It makes you fearful, and then it's like the wrong ruler, no? With his daunting mechanisms of punishment and revenge. You're fearful. No? That's his weapon. That is your ego. Hence, yoga buddhi says, first resolve yourself that I'm going to surrender this ego. What to do? What are all the means to surrender my ego? Okay, we can try with yama niyama, disciplining ourselves. What is disciplining ourselves? Come what may, I'm not gonna hurt people's mind and heart by words, by action, or by my thought. Now, certain people don't hurt by words, and inside there's a huge factory going on that we call as bad, negative energy. I don't know. Huh? Huh? I've stated one simple reason, one simple form of yama. Similarly, you have 10 others. So what are you doing here? You're disciplining your behavior. You're disciplining your mind. You're making yourself more and more transparent like a jewel. Have you seen that Manikam jewel? What is that? The jewel that is being spitted out by Indian cobra. Hmm? is always transparent, crystal clear. To finally shine yourself, make yourself refined by disciplining yourself, disciplining your mind, disciplining your character, disciplining your behavior. This can be done. And then slowly you move to surrendering your ego. And then slowly you align yourself to the truth. That is Sankhya Buddhi, Yoga Buddhi leading to Sankhya Buddhi. What happens in asana? Discipline your body, thereby discipline your mind. So many injunctions happening in your mind, huh? Happening in the small little factory. So, calming down all of them, pacifying all of them, mastering overall. Slowly you move towards surrendering ego and thereby aligning yourself to the truth, Sankhya Buddhi. What happens in pranayama? There are 5 major energy channels that we've got, no? Energy dimensions that we've got. With your split second mental order or command, if you could master your downward movement of energy channel or energy dimension, thereby alleviate your constipation, you're doing pranayama. So, mastering over the energetic field, thereby surrendering your ego and aligning yourself to the truth. Yoga Buddhi leading to Sankhya Buddhi. Krishna, I think enough of the examples. Krishna is talking about these 2 Buddhi, Sankhya Buddhi and Yoga Buddhi. So Sankhya Buddhi being the supreme one, because it needs no method, it needs no mechanism, it needs no means. At that very moment, you are able to wither away what is not you and stay in what is you with all grit in conscience, with all power of determination, what we call as Dhi Shakti, Dharana Shakti in Gayatri Mantra. If that is strong and you're there, you are in that infinitude. What do you call it? Huh? Infinitude. Being in the beingness, not becoming, not becoming. That is a supreme state. Arjuna, if you find that to be difficult, I've been more talking about this, all these shlokas. This is how the state of prajna, this is how a jnana yogi is, this is how you tame your ego, this is how you realize yourself. No? I've been talking about this. It seems that it is difficult for you. Let me just introduce the second channel through which you can tune into the right music. That is yoga, yoga buddhi. Why is he not talking about Sankhya and yoga? Why is he talking about Sankhya buddhi and yoga buddhi? Why is this intelligence coming in? Intelligence is the 4th ingredient of mind. Why is he talking about this mind? No, he's not talking about mind ingredient called intelligence. Not at all. Buddhi here can be loosely translated as intelligence. Beware, beware. Please be with me. Please be patient. Please listen to me. Buddhi can be loosely translated as intelligence, but here it is the discerning power, not the power to discern right and wrong. Someone else's right is your wrong. Your right is someone else's wrong, my dear. I call him a revolutionary. You will call him as a terrorist. Okay? Don't get fixed there. not intelligence. Discerning power to find me. In me, where am I injuncting into? Where am I getting affiliated to all the untrue things, to all the unreal things? Or am I abiding myself with the real? Or am I abiding myself with this existence, this beingness, that discernment? Where is this located? Hridayeshu sthitaha. It is there in your heart, not in your physiological heart. No? With a stethoscope, you could hear, oh my God, oh, I'm unreal here. Oh, I was talking to this patient of mine, I'm unreal. Gave a hell to me. No, no. The heart doesn't speak. No? The beats don't tell you. What is heart here? Heart is the center. The center, which means you have to avoid all the peripheral objectivity. Move to the center and be the subject. The most profound weapon, I've been talking about this number of times perhaps, most profound weapon is Atma Vichara, is a self-inquiry. Whenever you do a job, ask yourself, who is the doer? Whenever you're enjoying, ask yourself, who is enjoying? When you are displeased, my God, that's the greatest moment where you have to work upon. Who is displeased? Who is sorrowful? Whenever you're angry, again, the greatest opportunity, you can tame the ego then and there. Who is angry? Not one question will help. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena. Krishna says if you're a student, if you're a sadhaka, you question, re-question. Not question and re-question the guru. You re-question yourself. Where are you? Where am I? Why aren't I? That posing yourself with questions will make this drishti, will make this buddhi strong. And there, alignment with the reality happens naturally. If it happens, then it is Sankhya Buddhi. If you need a means, if you need a what do you call a methodology through which you work through, and it is yoga. What you call as yoga Buddhi. Both for both, you need that weapon of discernment. You need to distinguish. There's a simple question that comes in my mind. Why? I'm happy doing my job. I'm I'm doing my routine day's work, get up, brush my teeth, do a bit of exercise, drink water, drink chai, go office, do my job, come back tired, and lie down, snore, eat, snore, sleep. What's wrong? Why is that normal living not enough? Why don't it be me? Why do I have to listen to Bhagavad Gita, reform my mind, sharpen the sword like buddhi, intellect? Why? The only reason that I see from people's miserable lamentations during counseling sessions is that even with this mediocre normal life with a roof above, dresses of clothes on the skin, money in hand and purse, food when needed, man is not happy. He is sad. He is unhappy because of various reasons. One, people around are not good. Two, whatever I do is not enough. Three, whatever I do is not propelling much that I could get back. What's needed? Which means the way we live, the process that we have adapted to all these years is somehow not working. If that would have worked, this mediocre, normal, hurt-free, guilt-free life could have been better. I would have been happy, contented. Here comes the answers of different systems of philosophy. I'm not uh, very good at Western philosophy. I know what my philosophies are, so I can speak about that. If you have anything at your end, you can share with me. The philosophy asks the man 3-4 questions. Okay. One, what is the purpose of your life? Two, what is the connection between you and this universe? Three, is there God? If yes or if no, what is his action over this universe? Now, there are many questions. There are some few major questions that the philosophy asks, and every philosophy has its own tenets, its own vada, prativada, its own principles to sideline its answers. You know, so all of these answers of Indic philosophies, majorly what I know, I speak what I know. Okay, all of these philosophies are set to one set point. Even though they believe in God, some believe in God, some don't. You know that. All of these say definitely we are taken from Vedic origin. We are from Vedas. Huh? That's one point that they have common in. Two, the set point is only when you realize the divine you, the ultimate truth, there is extinguishing of karma, there is extinguishing of all sorrows. Mundakopanishad says, विद्यते हृदय ग्रंथिः सिद्ध्यन्ते सर्व संशयाः क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि तस्मिन् दृष्टे परावरे. All the knots of the heart are cut asunder. All the doubts about you yourself, your universe, whatnot, all the doubts that you've got are broken, shattered into pieces. All the shackles, the bondages of karma that you've been holding all these lives, all these years, are extinguished, are burnt in the fire of knowledge. What? When? Tasmin drishte paravare. When the seer establishes in his own self. When the seer understands, comprehends who is the seer. Give or take, by hook or crook, this particular human life being the greatest golden opportunity has to be utilized to obtain 1 by 280th part of this at least. We were talking about this sun in the beach, no? And how it felt like not of this world. No? That glimpse is 1 by 280th, and keep doing all the stuff. Make it 280 by 280. Hmm? Even while at job, even while you are cutting the vegetables, making something. When you are interacting with the weirdest of the weirdest human, staying in that self. That becomes difficult, then there is yoga drishti, yoga buddhi. Embrace yoga buddhi. Use the means by hook or crook. You have to get it. Coming to this expression of ego surrender. Again, the word surrender is often misinterpreted in the West, that sacrificing oneself, killing oneself, or not doing the thing which is right, but doing it because of the sake of someone else. No, 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 no. Surrender means rejection of doership. When you reject from within, no, not arguingly, when you avoid this intention I am doing, you'll be happy. Why so? I'll give you a small example. Okay. Suppose like Luchi wanted, we have this yoga workshop in September. And unusually September becomes super duper summer. Okay. And it becomes hugely difficult to stay the beat with that scorching heat. But somehow in a workshop, we are handling with small kids, making them sand castles, no? And doing yoga with them playfully. What happened? Every member in the workshop starts to play with the child, make sandcastles, doing yoga with them, no? And then suddenly the child falls, and in Virabhadrasana, and we try to make him upright and then laughing. Where did the scorching heat go? So there are times where you can reject the act of doership and thereby enjoy the time, whatever, however unfavorable it seems to. You are eating alone in the night, every night, all 30 nights, you are eating alone. In one night in the workshop, we are having moonlit dinner, plates in the hand, eating with the hands, in the circles, yapping, chatting, laughing. Won't you eat more? You will eat more. You will feel hungry. You will feel good. The act of doership is lost and you're happy. That is surrender. Hence, surrender to the divine leads you to happiness, not fearful sorrow. Fear and sorrow are the same coin, two sides of the same coin, as I've been saying, two sides of the same coin of your ego projection. When you put that down, extinguish that down, no sorrow, no fear, you'll be happy and peaceful. You will remember those days. You'll remember those days. Now, what comes in the way? The same child, you're making them doing yoga in the sandcastles, but this is an agenda given by an NGO, non-governmental organization, and you're going to do 50 of those assignments in 3 months, okay? And you write a report on the same, no? And then make the higher up, understand, comprehend this is done, these things are done, objectives are secured or accomplished. No? What happens? The act of doership jumps in, and there is tension. Oh my God, so much of work, so much of handling people's minds and ego. If the same moonlit dinner is with is with your relatives, nagging relatives, what will happen? Oh my God, these people, my husband's relatives, always crib for nothing. See, suddenly the act of action, actor, the doership comes in, is all stress. So surrendering the ego to divine is not killing yourself. It's just being an instrument of divine. You act. I'm not saying don't act. Go get depressed, lock yourself in a room for 5 years in darkness. Sorry. कुर्वन्नेवेह कर्माणि जीविषेषतगुं समाह एवं त्वयि नान्यते तोऽस्ति न कर्म लिप्यते नरे. You will not be bound by your actions if you're going to do the actions every day for 100 years from now. You're going to do, you have to do, you ought to do, you have to act, but remove the doership. This is called Yoga Buddhi, path of selfless. Does not mean social charity, give all your salary, donate them, live like a pauper. No. All those waste ideas that we have in our head, no? When we talk about charity or sacrifice or surrender, all these are all egoistic expressions over superimpositions that we always do with ourselves. Superimpositions over the terminologies. And there are very specific commentators also, great writers. Sorry, I don't have that eligibility to talk about them. These are text torturers. They beat the text and they want to say what they want to do, want to believe. Instead, read the text as read the text. Enjoy. Pristine, pure Ganga flowing before you. You just have to dip your hand, take the water, and take that holy sip and dip. That's it. Every person from the West knows this is Ganga. Visit to Ganga is most holy, sacred. The moment they see Ganga and they take the sip, you should see their face. That alignment with the truth happens. Hence it is Ganga. Hence she is Ganga. Hence she is Mother. is this bird called Hamsa, swan. I've seen many in Romania. I was so happy to see them. We don't get to see, we get to see very few up in the Himalayas. And I saw quite many in Romania. So happy. A bit of introverted. When you keep a bowl of milk mixed with water, it could drink only milk and leave all the water down. Hence, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is called Paramahamsa. He lives in this world but drinks only the pristine, pure reality, leaves all the water, leaves all the worldly waste, but being in the self. All the seers are Paramahamsas, hence the great swan who always fly. There's another bird that Ramayana talks about, Chakravaka. I don't know. I don't know whether it is in West or not. I don't know how do you call them in the West or in Romania. I think it should be in Romania. If I could find a swan, then perhaps Chakravaka also. This particular Chakravaka does not drink water from the earth, from the pond, from the lake, from the river. It always takes its head up and waits for the rain to come. It only takes the celestial waters. So picky. Raise your head above. Look up. You're not the weakling. You're not the weak female. You're not the weak mother. You're not the sister. You know, weak roles that we are playing. You are abundant, indomitable energy, consciousness, power, free, blissful existence. Given all the adjectives all put in one, it's not too many. It's not many. You are that. I am that. Hence, there is no distinction between you and me. Advaita. There is no two, only one. Why? So that we see many. I see many. I see pink. I see blue eyes. I see dark brown complexion. I see white complexion. I see wishes. That's our projection. That's our ignorance. That is how we like to stay in the dirty waters of names and forms all the time. There's this beautiful sutra. Sorry, I'm taking some time. About avidya in Parental Yoga Sutra. Avidya means ignorance. Ignorance is not knowing. We think, no, like knowledge is a weak translation of jnana. Avidya, ignorance, weak translation. Weak translation because ignorance means I'm not knowing this. I'm ignorant. I have no idea. Things like that. It's not it. It's not that. Patanjali says Anitya, Ashuchi, Dukkha, Anatmasu, Nitya, Shuchi, Atmakhyatiravidya. Anitya, that which is impermanent. Huh? Anitya. Ashuchi, that which is dirty, mucky, yucky. Anitya, Ashuchi, Dukkha, that which is sorrowful, miserable, can't take it. Anatmasu, that which is not you. Finding that to be eternal, permanent, sacred, holy, and you yourself as the most pleasurable thing. That is your ignorance. That is our ignorance. That's what we are doing. That's what we have been all these lives. Hence, coming back, going back, coming down, going back, is happening. What's wrong in coming down? I love to be in this life. I love to be in this universe. Whether you will be the same human, will you get the same opportunity? Would you like to be a banyan tree living for centuries? Standing? What about that? Hmm? Giving shelter to thousands of people? Great grandsons, great granddaughters, seeing all of them and thinking how devoluted, is there any word like that? How devoluted we are. Hmm? Or would you like to be an amoeba or an insect? Hmm? Trying to see this universe huge, 10 to the power of 208 times. How about that life, dear? No. Every time we think that it is in our hands, that we always decide the next life. The transition from death to another life is hell. That is hell. There's no hell. The transitory phase is hell. And the next life, you don't ever know. You never know. Okay, now you've scared me. You talk about fearlessness. Now I'm fearful. Okay, fear not. The next shloka, Bhagavan says, Swalpamapi dharmasyatrayato vahato bhayat. You do a bit, just one step, my dear baby. You do one small step. What step? Align yourself to what you are. That small step. Grace is waiting to embrace. Trayate mahato bhayat. You will be out of biggest, most powerful, fiercest fear. Mahato bhayat. Will be out of it. I thought I will do the second shloka also, but I'll stop here. Questions?